Hello guys, Imogenia here and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today I decided to do something a little bit different, and so I based this house off of the subculture of cybergoths. Cybergoths are similar to the rave style and the goth style, but they like more industrial things, like all things industrial, and also really love electronic music. So I tried to make this house seem like it used to be kind of a old factory building of some sort, and I tried to make it seem like it was renovated to be a home, like it wasn't meant to be a home in the first place. So this house might not look very goth to you, but cybergoths really like bright colors, and they also dress with synthetic dreadlocks and huge pumps and platform boots. Like, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because I like looking at that style, especially because I love online shopping at Dolls Kill, if you know what I mean. At first, when I was building this house, I actually wanted to create kind of an e-girl party house, but I got frustrated because I was looking up e-girls and such, and I feel like the term is way too vague. Like, it kind of just encompasses all types of goths, punks, and emo girls, and I was like, they're all very different from each other, you know? I don't know why they coined the term to be so vague. Like, I think it's because someone was like, oh, I don't know what to call this girl because there's so many types of subcultures that they just coined it e-girl, but I have no idea. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just talking. But I'll try to put a picture up right here of what a cybergoth looks like, especially like back in the early 2000s, what they dress like and what they look like, because I'm really basing this house off of that, not the e-girl style. And if you guys want to look up like clothing that they would wear, it's all on dollskill.com, because it's kind of like a party rave website for clothing. Not that I buy that much clothing off of there, but I love that website. And I'm not sure if I labeled this build as a trap house, but that's definitely what I had in mind. So a trap house is a house where they sell drugs out of, or the drug dealer lives at. So in the basement, I actually put a little room that's kind of meant for that. You'll see what I mean, and I don't really want to explain it that much in this voiceover because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but this house is definitely a party house, and that's why I put a lot of kind of dirty dishes around. And yes, your Sims will be annoyed that it's dirty when playing this lot. You can just clean it up. I just really had in mind that this house was like constantly having people over and constantly having parties, and when I was in undergrad, I had a friend that lived at one of those houses, and they are disgusting. Or just, even when there's no party happening, it's like there were people over last night all the time. Even if it's not like a huge raver party, it was just always, there were dirty dishes everywhere all the time. So I really wanted to recreate that. And also I think clutter just looks good anyways. So everything is usable in this house except for the one laptop on the dining room table that's kind of like an L-shaped dining room table, and I couldn't fix it. And there are probably, I know there's at least 4 computers in this house, so it's not that big of a deal that one doesn't work. And I didn't want to move it because I felt like it looked so good there, but you guys can deal with that. Delete it, save some money, whatever you want. So this house ends up being 183 and 75 simoleons. It's kind of a lot because I use a lot of expensive electronics because it's a cybergoth. I mean, they love the internet. So I made pretty much every room, which there's 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. In the downstairs huge basement, there's 2 bedrooms, and there's one up in the little loft area that I thought it would be kind of the girl who runs the place, or a guy. I kind of made them all seem like gamers because I felt like it just fit this house, you know? I just always want to make my Sims seem like gamers. I don't know. And first of all, I always add computers to every lot because they're the most useful in gameplay, you know? They can pretty much help your skill level in so many ways. And second of all, I feel like it's just realistic that way. Like, most people have their desk in their bedroom, or everyone, or pretty much every person you know has their own laptop. So I feel like each Sim should have their own laptop. But technically this place could fit 6 Sims, so like 3 couples, or just 2 couples and then 2 people who just share a bed anyways. I don't know. But you can always change it to 2 single beds or even add another bedroom somewhere on this lot. You could definitely do that. Like change up the little sciencey area in the basement that's supposed to be for special things. So it's just kind of for show. There's another computer in there anyways. You could just change that into a bedroom. And then this household can almost like easily fit 8 Sims. It could technically be a family household, but I don't think a family would live here. I mean, do what you want to do, like, but I really envision just a bunch of young adults or even teenagers, a bunch of runaway teenagers living here. That'd be cool. Anyways, I did playtest this, and it's funny because this is actually on the Pancakes household, like lot area. It's on a 30 by 20, and so I made the Pancakes playtest this, and it was just, I don't know why, it was just funny for them to be in this house because it's just very not fitting. And I think for like a little bit, like while I was working on this video and working on the build, they were living there. I don't know why, that's so funny to me. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I know I did. I actually got a bunch of Sims 4 packs from my boyfriend, and then I bought him Smash Bros. I mean, I bought us Smash Bros. Basically, and it's expensive. It was like $60, so it was kind of a lot, but I got an expansion pack, a game pack, a stuff pack, and then also another game pack. So we did the bundle, and then I also got another game pack. In other words, I got Get Famous, Jungle Adventure, Strangerville, and Moschino stuff pack, and he actually let me pick them, and I spent way too long just going through all of the build items from each pack. I was kind of freaking out, and I almost got university. It was a really hard decision, but I figured like I need to get one at a time. I need to like work myself up to university because it's brand new, but I just really wanted the roommate feature, and I really wanted bikes. But I already made my decision, so it's too late now. I can't change my mind. It's fine. It was a good decision. So I definitely had a great Christmas this year. I hope you guys did too. And I actually drove home from my parents' house to my apartment, so like 5 hours yesterday, and it's not that bad of a drive, you know, and the weather wasn't bad. It wasn't snowing. It's actually much warmer out this Christmas year than any other Christmas year, I think. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But I just sometimes when I drive for a long time, I start to get dizzy towards the end. I don't know what happened to me, but the past couple years I started to get car sick, which is actually really scary when you're alone and driving on the thruway. I think it's because I'm staring at one road like the entire time, so I kind of just, I don't know what the word is called, but I just start like getting really dizzy and kind of lightheaded, and I have to pull over sometimes. So I actually had to do that a couple times. Like I try to take breaks and I try to eat like good food and a good amount of food, but it just sometimes gets hard. And also while I was at a gas station, a weird thing happened. So I was at a pit stop on the thruway, right? And I had to get gas and fill up my entire tank. So it was kind of just standing there pumping gas for a little while. So this car starts driving towards the gas station part of the pit stop or whatever. And there's this group of people, probably like 5 people, like following the car and kind of screaming. And then I realized there was a person on the hood of the car, like on the outside of the car, like holding onto the car. And they were driving kind of away from the group that was kind of running after it, but they weren't driving that fast, okay? They weren't driving that fast, but the guy was yelling. At first I thought they were just joking around, just kind of making a big scene, because I have seen people kind of drive like idiots just to kind of like make a scene and be obnoxious, but the group started yelling at the person, saying that they were like racist, and they were just saying all these really bad things to him, and I had no idea what happened. And it seemed like they mentioned something about him kind of, I don't know if they were in a small collision in the parking lot there or something, but they stopped kind of like at the end of the pit stop where people are starting to get back on the thruway, and a bunch of people were just surrounding the car. They were like threatening to call the police, and this one girl, it seemed like she was like the mother figure of the group. I don't even know, but she seemed badass. But I mean, I had no idea what the situation was, but she was just yelling at the the person in the car, and the person never got out. And honestly, I just wanted to sit there and listen to the conversation and see what happened, but it was none of my business, and I just needed to get home. Like, I had a long drive, and I didn't want to drive while it was dark out, so I was kind of rushing, so I couldn't listen to any of it. But there was a split second where I sat in the car and I put down the window a little bit just so I can hear what was happening, but it was a little bit too far for me to actually be involved. And it was kind of funny and weird because the other people at the pit stop were just... some of them were looking over and kind of watching, but most of them were just trying to get out of there, you know? They just, like, didn't care. It just seemed a little concerning what was happening. I mean, maybe there should have been more people paying attention, but I have no idea. So anyways, right now in the video, I'm doing a little bit of landscaping, not much. I put a lot of rocks around the house because I did want to make it seem like it used to be kind of a factory building. And then I put a lot of grass and not very many like flowers or bushes or anything that you have to trim, because I rarely doubt anyone living here would ever take care of their lawn or the plants that they have around the house, because the inside is kind of disgusting. So I also want to say the house next to it is a house that I built, but it's not done. It kind of looks, it's kind of like intruding some of the screenshots that I take at the end, but so I'm using my boyfriend's laptop, and it's actually my laptop now, but it used to not be. So I've been playing Sims 4 for a while, but he was automatically logged on to his account, and for some reason I didn't know that he had Sims 4, and I was so excited to just play Sims 4 in the beginning, do you know what I mean? Because I only have a my other laptop is just a Chromebook. I just bring it to school and stuff when I just need to take notes. But so in the beginning I was playing on his account, and I didn't know that. For some reason I thought I was on my account, so I built actually so many houses on his account, so I can't really upload them as my own anymore, which is sad because there are a couple houses that I loved so much, but it's just something I have to deal with. Whatever, I have time to build so many other lots, and probably they'll be better than the other ones before, but I remember there was one house that I loved so much, and I just started building and like playing the game as much as just a lot, and I felt like it was too late to kind of switch over, but I eventually did anyways. So now I'm just cluttering up the kitchen and the living room area. I end up using a lot of dishes and dirty dishes. I just felt like it looks good. And I don't think the little soda cans that are found in Debug actually smell bad to your Sims. So if you end up taking a bunch of the dishes to the dishwasher, which your Sims probably will do on a whim, so this house isn't really permanently like that, but I think the cans of soda that I put pretty much all around this house, you know, to kind of make it seem like there was a party last night, I don't think those smell, and I don't think that they bother your Sims, so that's one good thing. And when I was building this house, I really did envision it just for 3 Sims, which isn't very many, but I feel like, personally, I would never go back to sleeping in a twin bed after sleeping in a big bed. I mean, I had a queen-size bed in high school. I know, I'm lucky, whatever. But in undergrad, I had to go back to a twin-size bed because when you're living on campus, there's just not much room in the place that you live, and it kind of sucks. But now that I am not living in on-campus housing, I have my bed, my big bed, and it makes me so happy. And when I have Sims and when I'm playing The Sims, if I can afford it, I always give them a big bed, no matter like what. Even for all teenagers, I just can't help it sometimes. I'm just like, they need a big bed unless that they're a kid. Like, if they're a kid, that's totally fine. And so right now I'm just finishing up the back porch area, and honestly, my favorite thing about this build is that there are so many porches and balconies, because that is another thing that when I've been to party houses or whatever, especially with people who smoke or whatever, people are always on the porches, you know, because they want to be outside, especially in the summer. You know, it's just, I just find that a lot of people are sitting outside, and having good outside areas in a party house is a good thing. So I think I cut out the situation when I had to figure out all of the stairs in this build because there are so many sets of stairs, which I love because your sim will just kind of go around to different areas and they are all usable, but your sim might go outside if it's closer to the other staircase. So I also think I cut out the upstairs bathroom, which I actually really like because I ended up using the shower from Strangerville that's like very strange. Well, strange is a good word. I mean, it's from Strangerville, but it's kind of like a machine almost. It looks like your sim is going into a machine and stuff. And of course, when I playtested this build, the sims like made puddles everywhere. I don't know why exactly that happened. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention to them because I had the pancakes playtest this, so I had two sims playtesting at the same time just to kind of make it go quicker. So maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't know what they did. And then when I went to go take screenshots, I went in build mode because there was an event happening and I couldn't like save the lot. It was just, I had to go to the main screen. You know what I mean. But that upstairs bathroom I really like because it's like colorful for a bathroom, and I think they I also gave her or him one of those talking toilets because I don't know, cybergoth likes all things weirdly cyber, like I don't know, weird electronics seems to be like the thing. So I think I just wanted to use the talking toilet because who doesn't want a talking toilet, right? And it's funny, so that's why, not just because of the cybergoth theme I have going here. I just wanted to use the talking toilet. Anyways, so I also put a washer and dryer in that bathroom and the bathroom all the way in the downstairs, and I think I might have cut out the bathroom on the ground floor because I made two stalls because it's a party house. There's gonna be a lot of people over. I felt like it needed more than one toilet in that bathroom, so I didn't add a shower, but feel free to just put a shower in there anyways. It doesn't make a difference. But and then I also forgot to add hampers on pretty much every floor when so at the end before I did screenshots, I just added some hampers. They're pretty simple, just some black ones, you know. So right now I'm finishing up the girls' room up in the loft area, and I do think that she is like not the mom of the house, but she's definitely the leader of some sort, or maybe she's just the leader or the alpha of the group because she deserves the loft area, her own floor. And also when I'm playing The Sims, I like to have like one favorite girl when I'm playing. I think a lot of people play like that, or a lot of girls play like that. I just fall in love with them almost as if they are myself. It's kind of bad. I have to stop associating The Sims with myself. I don't know if you guys do that, but sometimes when I'm talking about The Sims, I say like me or I, and I'm like, oh shoot, I am living in a different reality. I have to get out of that mentality. So anyways, in this build, I kind of go back and forth from the outside to the inside and in between different floors. I hope that's alright. It's just when I find an item that I want to use, I just put it down stairs or in the area that I want it to because I don't want to forget about it, because sometimes it takes me too long to like scroll through all the items, especially in debug. So this house is really big. I didn't really mean for this to happen, but the basement ends up being huge, and I think I'm about to get to the basement after all of these curtains and such, but I ended up going through debug earlier and getting out every single item that I knew I wanted to use and all of the kind of clutter items that I was going to use, because I knew I wanted it to be extremely cluttered and I wanted the basement to kind of have a lot of stuff in it. So when I go down to the basement, it kind of looks crazy because I have all of these items just sitting on the floor, and I almost forgot at the end of the build to kind of delete a couple of them off of the floor, because the flooring I end up using for the basement is like kind of like a warehouse flooring, and it's hard to see really tiny items on it. So if you download this build, I am so sorry if I left like a couple little beakers or something around, so please don't mind that. And midway through this build was actually Christmas, so I got a bunch of new packs, and so that's why I'm going throughout the ground floor and adding a bunch of art to the walls, because one of the number one things about just not using CC is just not having enough wall art. Like, I know I can do that thing where I can download people's artwork that they made their Sims make off of painting from reference, if you know what I mean. But I didn't do that for this build because I didn't feel like I needed to. But when you use a basement, like, there's no windows in the basement, so there's so much wall to cover up, and I don't like personally when there's like an empty wall. It really depends on the house. If it's like a clean modern build, then yeah, but this is a party house. I wanted it to be like extremely decorated to the point where it's a little bit unnecessary. And so I tried to use that debug item that's like that huge highway sign, but it has a light on the bottom of it that's like faced towards it. You'll see me move that probably 5 times because I really wanted to use it, because I wanted it to seem like these kids or young adults, teenagers, whoever lives here stole it and then put it in the place, but the light on the bottom of it just was not working out, and I tried to like somehow cover the light or something, but it still ended up not working. So now I'm just doing the little living room area down in the basement. I think this is my favorite room about the house because it does seem the most like party-ish. And I did want this house to have a huge basement because people can't look into windows and know what you're doing in the basement, you know? And I feel like kind of bad kids or delinquent kids always hang out in the basement, you know? So I thought it would also be okay to cut out the bathroom in this build. It ends up being bigger than I thought it was going to be. And so I used the shower from Strangerville, like the shower tub, and then I also put a washer and dryer, a toilet, and then 2 sinks. And I used these mirrors that are really small on the walls in front of the sink, and I felt like it made it look like more of a public restroom, which I kind of like the look of for kind of a rundown basement, because this building used to be a factory building, so it would have been kind of more like a public bathroom, so it's not like everyone can afford like huge mirrors in every bathroom. And so these 2 bedrooms are completely different, kind of completely different. I imagine some dudes are living here, but it doesn't matter. It can be masculine, female, doesn't matter. I hope not to like gender anything specifically, but like up in the loft area, that can definitely be a guy living there, you know? Or not all girl simmers like to obsess over their girl sims, you know? Doesn't matter, but one of these bedrooms is very red. I kind of had them both have a different color scheme, so one is red and one is black. The one that's black is kind of more simple / modern than the other one. And I kind of imagined that's the smart dude, kind of the more nerdier dude. Like, he's not as cool as the other guys or other people that are living here, you know? But the red guy seems so cool. He seems like the cool dude that everyone wants to be around, you know? But I put 2 desks in both in the areas. And I also really like the open wardrobe from Moschino Stuff Pack. I think that's from Moschino Stuff Pack, which I just got for Christmas, but I love it so much. I wasn't sure whether it kind of fit this kind of cyber goth feel or punk feel or whatever, because it's kind of modern, but I feel like the metal railing on it kind of makes it more industrial. So right now I'm finishing up the red person's room, and I put pretty much art on every single piece of wall in there, and I'm so happy about how it turned out. And I put the little, I don't know if they're from Seasons or from the holiday stuff back, but I put a little garland, or what are they called, on the wall on top of where the TV is. And if you look closely, the little black parts of it are like skulls, so I thought that was fitting. I also use this light fixture in the black colored room, and I never use it. I don't know what pack it's from. I probably just got it in a pack that I downloaded recently, but I just never go to light fixtures when I want to put art on the wall. Like, I don't know if that light fixture should be really in the lighting category in the build mode, because it's more like a piece of art than anything. So I also, right here, I put a little couch in the red room in front of the TV, so it looks like you can watch TV from the bed as well as from the couch, but it obviously doesn't work to lie on the bed and watch TV because your Sims can't do that. I hope that they change that and make that a thing that you can do. And I'm also cluttering up the little bookshelf here with pretty much anything I could find. I use these file cabinets. I know that might not be super accurate because this sim probably doesn't work very much because they have other ways of making money, but I wanted to clutter it up and I think it looks good anyways. So I also want to say that one of my favorite items from Strangerville are the lava lamps. They're so cute, and I don't know why they did this or what's different in between the lava lamps, but we have like 6 different colors. I think it's the actual lava in the lamp are different colors, but your sim can actually go and change the colors of them. So right now I think I have them as yellow, but for in the screenshots at the end of this video I end up turning them to red because it just fits the theme, even though both go well. But I love those lava lamps. I have a lava lamp in my apartment actually, and it scares me because I think you're not supposed to leave them on overnight, and that's so easy to do. It's not really like a candle where I always remember to blow out my candles because it's an open flame. That's really scary if you leave it overnight or whatever. But with lava lamps, they get actually really hot. I don't know what's in a lava lamp either, but I remember when I got the lava lamp as a present, it had so many warnings on it, which is kind of scary. But anyways, so right now I'm just adding some decorations to the walls in the living room area in the basement because I felt like it needed it, you know. And I do end up going and finishing up the black colored room, and I really love the way that turned out because it's more simple than the rest. Like, maybe the sim is older than the other people, maybe they're kind of the more responsible one, maybe they have like an actually good job and their job isn't partying. You never know. Actually, I think that the sim would be a scientist because I put some items that the scientist's career could use in this place, because I did use the cheat where it ignores gameplay unlocks, and I also really love playing as a scientist through the Get to Work expansion pack. It's really fun. So for the rest of this build, I'm adding some debug items as clutter everywhere, and I'm fixing some other details as well as the balcony outside. And I also switched the second bubble blower that's outside on the ground in the circle to a fire pit, and I'm so glad I did that. I actually had that in mind in the beginning when I was building this, but I didn't actually have the fire pit because I got packs in the middle of this build. So if you guys want to download this lot, the download link is down below, as well as all my social media information. And if you guys are still watching this video, thank you so much. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe and press that like button, and also let me know what you think about this build in the comments down below. I hope you guys had a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!